Hello friends, my name is Kamal and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. So today I'll discuss about two important things about variance and polydiversity index. So these topics I have chosen because they have a similarity, because this is all about the experimental measurement. So if you measure something and then what is the error and those things, and this is about the polymer. So in polymer, how good your polymer, so if you make a polymer, all the molecules will not be of same molecular weight. Now it is based on the thing. So I welcome you all to my YouTube channel once again, and please comment, like, share and subscribe. So let's start. So I will explain this topic with the help of a question which came in CSIR exam. So the question is like this: the masses recorded when a substance is weighed 4 times are 15.8, 15.4, 15.6, 16.0 and Z. That means we have a substance and you are measuring the mass of the substance. When you measure 4 times, in all the times the masses are different. Okay, not much different, but slight differences are there. Whenever the question is about the variance. So calculate the variance, and this is also known as square of the standard deviation. Okay, the variance is also known as square of the standard deviation. So close to how much? Now, before solving this problem, let me introduce the formula. So the average, the normal average, we write this way: x, and on the top of it we have a bar. Okay, whenever you have something and on the top of it you can see a bar, then this is known as average. Okay, this is one way of writing average. There are also other ways, but this is one of the way. And what is the formula of variance? So this is the formula of variance. It is denoted by s square. Okay, and this is a formula equal to 1 by n summation the xi minus, this is the average what I talked about, and square it. Now n will represent your how many data points you have. That means how many times you have done the measurement. So in our case it is 4. Fine. Now let us see this table they have given with so I have made the table. Now in this table there are 3 columns. So you can see first column is for mass, second column you have for xi minus x bar. That means x bar means, what is my x bar? X bar is my average. So you sum them and divide it by 4, then you will get the average. Okay, now you minus the 15.8 minus 15.7.1. Similarly, you do this minus this, this minus this, and finally this minus this. So you'll get the 4 different values. Okay, so this is the x minus I. So I need in the formula xi minus x bar whole square. So what I did, I just squared it. Okay, now once you squared it, after that you need to sum. So for all the i's, that means for all the values you need to do sum. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. If you do sum, you'll get 0.02, sorry, 0.2 total. Okay, now in order to get the variance, what I have to do, I have to divide by 4. Okay, now 0.2 divided by 4, I'll get 0.05. So this is the answer for this question. The variance or the square of the standard deviation is equal to 0.02. I'm sorry, 0.05. Sometimes people may also ask you for standard deviation. So do not confuse. Use the same formula, same way, and you'll get the answer. So for standard deviation, you have to just take the square root of it. These questions will be not very long because so much mathematics involved. The maximum they can give 4 or 5 different measurements. So these are not difficult. You just need to know the formula and just do the mathematics. Okay, so this is the formula of standard deviation. So here you just need to know that you need to have an average value minus its same square. Fine. So this is about this variance or standard deviation. Now let us move to another more complicated looking problem. So they are asking about correlation coefficient between two arbitrary variables x and y is 0 if which condition is satisfied. Okay, so this is known as correlation coefficient, some kind of relationship between x and y, and this is represented by r. Okay, so I'm not going to explain what is correlation coefficient because those are will take lots of time. I'm just giving the information what is necessary to answer this question. So this is the equation for the correlation coefficient. So by looking at the equation, you can say that if this term has to 0, then this topmost term should be 0. Okay, if this is 0, then everything will be 0. Now before that, I just want to introduce, I already introduced the average value. This is the average value. As I said, anything on the top of it with a bar, we can say it is your average value. And how do you know, how do you get it? Just sum them and divide it by how many data points you have. Similarly for y, 1 by n divided by summation I. Now if you multiply these two, what you will get? So 1 square, 1 by n, you will get 1 by n square. Then you have this term and this term. And finally you can write in this way. Okay. Now there's another thing slightly different from this. So this was separated. Okay, separated. I mean average of x, average of y multiplied. Now here, this is the product is already there, and I am taking the product average. Okay, that means you sum them and then divided by n. Okay, now these are about the definition. These are not anyway difficult, so you know anyway average and multiply, and this is also kind of average. Now let us look. So the coefficient, if has to vanish, this term has to vanish. Okay, that means vanish means it has to be equal to 0. Now what I did some mathematical manipulation with the help of this equation. So from this equation, I know that summation xi yi is equal to, if you transfer this n square to the left hand side, you will get n square and x bar multiplied by y bar. Here, what I did, so I have already n is there. If I divide the whole term by n and also multiply it by n, okay, so that n will be cancelled. Finally, I'll get n square. So let me repeat again. So this term I have changed to this term with the help of this equation. So here, this term is equal to this term multiplied by this term. So I have wrote down here, and here I have just multiplied by n and divided by also n. So I will get this term. The point is that once I get this term, I can replace with this term. Okay. Now, so I have n square average of xy and n square average x multiplied by average y. Now it is already equal to 0, so that means average of xy is equal to average of x into average of y. Okay, so this is nothing but this equation. The answer is D. So this is another way to write the average. Okay, so either you can write in terms of bar or in a this kind of bracket also you can write the same thing. So this is important. question about correlation coefficient, and this is a very bulky equation. So we are only interested in upper numerator because the coefficient will vanish if this term is vanished, and finally you just follow it. Okay, let us move to the last question. So this is about one gate question, polydiversity index of polymer whose composition is as follows. So problem is that in a polymer, when you synthesize polymer in the laboratory, the things are not so simple. In general, if you want to prepare some molecule, so you can prepare the molecule, simple molecule, and when you do extract, you will see that all the molecules are same. But in case of polymer, the problem is that some polymer may contain 100 monomers, some contain 115 monomers, some contain 120 monomer. So there is a diversity in the molecular weight. The molecular weight is not homogeneous. There is a diversity exists in the molecular weight. Now this is a thing it is explained here. So in the question they have given basically two columns they have given. So when they observe that there are 10 molecules with a molecular weight of 1000, there are 50 molecules with a molecular weight of 2000, and there are 40 molecules with a molecular weight of 4000. And they're asking to determine the PDI or polydiversity index. Now, in order to determine that, this is the formula for polydiversity index, MW by MN. Okay, now what is the MW? What is MN? So Mn is nothing but your mass average. Okay, and Mw is your weight average. Okay, just see the formula. The mass, your mass average. So this is the formula 1 by n, and you put summation. Suppose you have 10 molecules of 1000 plus 50 molecules of 2000. This way you need to multiply and add them. And for weight average, slightly different formula. You have to take the number of molecules divided by, multiplied by molecular weight square on the numerator, and the denominator you have to do. This is exactly similar to number of molecules divided by the molecular weight and sum it. Okay, so already I have done it in the tabular form. So you just multiply this. So you have 10 molecules. This is nothing but Ni, and this is the Mi. So this into this, you'll get this one, and then just do this one. If you do in Excel, it is very easy, but I don't know in exam you cannot get those things. So you have to do by hand only. And because in the weight average, I have to calculate this sum also. And this sum already I have done. I have also calculated this one. So 10 into square of this, so you'll get this one. And then you can see that for every case I need a sum. So just sum it. So this will be around 27 0. The 4 zeros are there. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros are there. Okay. Now, so in the formula, PDI formula is like this. So I know this value, I have to square this value. Okay, then what is the number of molecules? The total number of molecules I have 100. Okay, so now just do the cancellation. So I kept this one in this form because in the question paper it was given like this. Okay, so this is the way you get the polydiversity index. So you need to know the molecules, how many molecules, and what are the masses of each molecule, and then just the formula will do everything for you. So these are the 3 things today I discussed. Okay, about the experimental working. So when the people do in the laboratory, so if you weigh something, you will not get exactly every time same thing. Similarly, correlation coefficient I have explained, and then again I discussed about this polydiversity index, the problem associated with polymer. It's not exactly similar to the simple the molecular chemistry we do in the lab. So that's all for today. So if you guys have any questions, any query, please ask me about your queries. I'll be happy to answer them. So if you guys also wanted to know about any topic, just tell me about that in a message. So I'll just prepare those things also. Thank you all for listening to my videos. So once again, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Finally, bye bye.